not going to go through any of these right here. It's going to be a waste of time. I like to just start with the examples, and then I'll teach you as we do the examples. Okay? So take a look at the directions, read through it. Determine if it's a polynomial. I'll talk about how to decide that in a second. If it is, I need you to do a couple things. Find the degree and determine whether it's one of these three, a monomial, binomial, trinomial. Okay? Everyone take a look at number one. I start out with the number 36. If it is a number by itself, yes, it is a polynomial. If it's a number by itself, it does not need variables. All right? If it's a number by itself, yes, it is a polynomial. Now, let's talk about the other two things we have to work on. Find the degree. If it contains no variables, we say the degree is 0. All right? Again, take a look up at your chart up here. -25, a number, no variable. Degree, highest exponent is going to be 0. So the degree is 0. And tell me what it is, a monomial, binomial, trinomial. Well, here's how we can tell. Monomial, one term. Binomial, the word bi, meaning like bicycle. What do you think that means? 2 terms. Trinomial, 3 terms. Even if you don't know anything here, 36, take a wild guess. 1 term, so it makes it a monomial. Perfect. I'm going to skip over 2, and I'll get back to it in a second. Go to number 3 now. Number 3. Got to be careful here. Got to be careful. Is it a polynomial? Yes, it is. I'll show you what doesn't make a polynomial in a second. That's why I'm leaving number 2 to last. All right, number 3. Is it a polynomial? Yes. All right, let's talk degree. Degree, highest exponent. That's showing. Highest exponent. Now notice there's no exponents here, but if there is no exponent on a variable, anybody know what's really there? Even though it may not be written there. A 1, yes. So does everyone see I got a 1 here, a 1 here, and did we learn anything from example 1? What's the degree on the 5? 0. So what's the highest exponent showing right now? 1. So that means that's my degree for the entire polynomial. And I'm going to catch somebody here. Is it monomial, binomial, or trinomial? Some of you see 1, 2, 3 terms. Each term is separated by a subtraction or addition sign. So I wouldn't blame you right now if you called this a trinomial, but it's not. Here's why, and this is what we're going to get into in detail today. Anybody see what you can do with a 7x minus x? I can combine them. If I have a 7x and I take away an x, how many do I have total now? So really, this is equal to 6x plus 5, and now how many terms are there? 2, so I would call it a binomial. We're on track here. Did I lose anybody yet? Okay, let's go to 4. What do we think? Polynomial? Yes. Again, you guys don't know what doesn't make a polynomial, and I'll show you that real quick at the end. So that's yes. Woo! All right, here you go for degree now. You have to look at each term right now. Ready? Everyone see the 8g squared h? Everyone see the 2 on the g and the 1 on the h? If you add those exponents, what do you get? 3. So we're actually going to say this term has a degree of 3. G and h both have exponents of what? 1. So that would total up to what? 2. And what's the degree on the 2? So what had the highest degree? Right here. When I added the 2 and the 1 here. When I add the 2 and the 1, that gave me a highest exponent of 3. So that's my degree. How many terms are there? Oh, remember, a term is always separated by an addition or subtraction symbol. How many terms do I have? 1, 2, 3. Again, they are separated by the subtraction and the addition symbols. Questions? Yep, go ahead, bud. Name first. Marco, go ahead.
Because the G has an exponent on it. So
Yep.
HG has an exponent on it.
Yep.
And 7G doesn't. Is that why you can't combine those?
Oh, I'm not. Why can't I, like I did the X's over here? Yeah. Okay, and I'll get into this in a second when we combine. It's got to have the same variable, same exponent. Do you see what's the variable? What's the exponent on the G? And what's it over here? Can't combine them. They got to both have 2's or 1's. Okay, and I'm going to get it. That's today's topic. When can I combine? When can I combine? So what is this called here? What's this polynomial going to be called? Trinomial. Got it. 3 terms. Okay, skip to 6. Skip to 6. It is a polynomial. I wrote it out of order a little bit, but it's okay. Here we go. Let's start going to these numbers. What do you think the degree is here? 14. Who's got 14? What do you think the degree is? Highest exponent is 2. Good man. Degree is 2. And what can I specifically call this polynomial now? Here you go. Who's got 10? Binomial, because, ready? Separated by the plus sign, 1, 2 terms. Any issues, questions, comments, or concerns? All right, what's the only thing we haven't talked about? Everything's been a polynomial. What makes it not a polynomial? Numbers 2 and 5 are not polynomials. Here's why. Hold on, focus in, don't write it. Why are they not polynomials? 2 reasons. 1, the variable, anybody see where both variables are there? I got some variables in the, what do we call this? Bottom of a fraction. Denominator. That doesn't count as a term. Okay? I got variables in the denominator. And you guys have an exponent unit yet or no? Did you guys do your exponent unit this year? Do you remember when you send down? Okay, there you go. So this is the same as 3q to the negative 2. All right, we'll review all this. We'll review all this again this year. If the variable has an exponent that's negative, not a polynomial. So either in the denominator or a negative exponent, not a polynomial. All right? Everyone all good there? As long as it's got positive exponents, fine, polynomial. As long as it's got positive exponents. So there's no degree, there's no monomial, binomial, trinomial question here. If it's not a polynomial, done. Don't worry about the rest. Questions? Right now, we all right? Because we still got a lot more to do here today. Okay, standard form. Everyone ready for standard form? The order of the exponents go from highest to lowest. That is what a polynomial written in standard form is. Highest to lowest. So can anybody, on number 7, what is the term with the highest exponent? X to the third. So that x to the third is the highest one? Isn't there an x to the 5th? So that's going to go first. And the sign travels with it. So positive x to the 5th. Keep going in exponential order here from greatest to lowest. What should go next then? Sign goes with it. Plus x to the 3rd. Last term? Minus x second. Correct. Next question, it says identify the leading coefficient. Ready? That is the number out in front of the leading term. So everyone see my lead term is x to the 5th. No number is written next to it, but we know there's a what there though? 1. So that would be my leading coefficient, the number out in front of the leading term. I'm just going to call it LC because I'm running out of room here. So the leading coefficient would be 1. All good. Questions so far? Okay, here we go. Let me start hearing some of your voices. Maybe not. Here we go. Let's roll. Who's got 9 here? 9. Name? Brianna, you ready? Highest exponent here. And it's negative. So the sign's got to go with it. So negative 7x to the 5th when I write this in standard form. What's the next one, Brianna? 4x. Oh, I think I see another one that's higher. So plus x to the fourth. You want to keep rolling this train? Sign goes with it. Good. Yep. Minus 4x to the third. And what's still left here? Plus 1. And that number should always come last because it's got a degree of what? Did I forget something?
It's a.
Oh yeah, it's
Plus.
it would be 4x plus 4x.
Yeah, it's on my sheet too. There you go. Everything else looks good. Yep. Okay, here we go. Still not off the hook back there. What's my leading coefficient now? -7. Yeah, here we go. I got one more, and I'm going to let you and your group figure out the rest. 9. Could we go with 9? Who's got 5? 5? Name? Emily, how are you? Good. I'm doing well too. Thanks. We're moving on. Ready to go? Highest exponent. 2x to the 8th. It's positive. Good. 2x to the 8th. Keep going. Minus 3x to the 6th. And minus x to the 5th. You got a leading coefficient for this polynomial. 2. Positive 2. Good. You and your group right now, you got 5 minutes. Figure out the next 3. Maybe less than 5 minutes. Figure out the next 3 now. Write it in standard form. Find me the leading coefficient. Talk to each other. Another minute. Okay, let's roll. I'm just going to pick a number. Anybody in that group can go. I don't care. Here we go. 19. Number 10, standard form. -x to the 8th plus 2x to the 7th. I'm in agreement with that. And how about its leading coefficient? -1, right? Because here's an 8. Leading coefficient's out in front. That's a negative, and you know there's a 1 there even though it's not written. Perfect. -1. Questions, comments? Ask them now. All right, how about 11? Write it in order for me. Here we go. 13. Write it in order.
5x to the 4th.
Yep.
Minus x plus
Minus x.
to the
Second. Yep.
plus x plus 3x.
Yep.
Minus 2.
-2. And how about the leading coefficient here? 5. Perfect. And we got one more. 12. Here we go. 16. What do you got for me?
Negative or minus 4x to the 5th.
Yep.
Minus 2x to the 4th. Plus x plus 3.
And what's the leading coefficient out in front?
-4.
-4. All right. Any issues? Standard form. Finding the leading coefficient, degree of a polynomial, or monomial, binomial, trinomial, etc. Any issues? Go in. Ask away now, because now we're actually going to start combining them all. Adding and subtracting them. Any questions? Ask it now. This is all the basics here before we get hardcore. Everyone have a good understanding? Ready to go on? Okay. How do I add and subtract these polynomials now? All right. Again, we give you different methods you want here. I'm going to show you what I do. Let's get right to it. All right. You can only combine terms that have the same variable, same exponents. Okay? So you cannot, and don't write this down, you cannot combine Those two. Why not? Same variable, but different exponents. You cannot combine those two. Why not? The x has an exponent of 1 and a 2 here. No good. Okay, no good. They have to be same variable and exact same exponents. Everyone all right? All right, let's go. Let's start basic with 13. We're adding two binomials. 4a minus 5 plus 3a plus 6. All right, is there anything I can combine with the 4a? Anything else had the same? Hey, who cares about the coefficient? I don't care about the coefficient. I care same variable, same exponent. So the 3a. So you got 4a and 3a. You combine the coefficients. 4 plus 3, 7a. Stop right there. Everyone see how we combine those? Or why we combine those and why it came out to 7a. Okay? Is there anything you can combine? Was that a negative 5? Yeah, you can always combine just numbers because they have a degree of 0. Yep. So negative 5 plus 6 plus 1. There it is. Questions? All right, let's get a little crazier now. Adding two more binomials. Do you see anything to combine with the 6x? Me neither. That doesn't mean you forget about it, though. It goes in your answer. All right, so I still have to bring it down into my answer. 6x. Anything you can combine with the 9? Negative 7. So 9 plus a negative 7. 2, positive or negative? Plus 2. And it looks like I have 4x squared left. Anything I combine with 4x, anything else have an x squared with it? Nope, but it's still got to go in my answer. And I know this is not in the directions, but I'm going to force you probably to rewrite your answer in what? Standard form. Okay, rewrite your answer in standard form, please. So what would go first? 4x squared plus 6x plus 2. All right, so please get in the habit of rewriting your answer in standard form. All right, let's keep this train rolling. 15. 25. Who's got 25? Name? Hannah, right? Good. 6xy. Do you see anything, Hannah, you combine with 6xy? Darn right. Same variable, same exponent. And when you combine them, add the numbers out in front hand, and what do you end up with? 10xy. Anything you see, Hannah, with the 2y I can combine? Anything just have a y with it? Just a y? No, but I got to bring it in my answer. Plus 2y. How about that 6x, Hannah? So 6x plus a negative x. Plus 5. Everyone see where she got the plus 5 from? Okay. Something like this, you could leave it like that. It's tough to do. I only want it standard form really when there's only one variable involved. Okay, that's the only way I would want standard form if there's one variable involved. You guys get picking this up a little bit now. One more plus, and then we got a whole new beast coming with the subtraction. Woo! 12. 12? 12? Name? Greg, you ready to go, stud? X squared. Anything you combine with it. And what happens? See ya. They're gone. Right? X squared plus a negative x squared. See you later. Greg, how about the y squared? And if I have one y squared and I add another one, add those numbers out in front, how many do I have? What's this coefficient in front of the y squared, Greg? 1, right? What's it in front of this one? Put them together. How many have? 2y. No. Why are you changing those exponents? Exponents don't change. Just 2y squared. Guys, those exponents don't change. We're not there yet. That's a couple days ahead down the road. Those exponents don't change. Greg, you good? Everyone else all right? Okay, any issues with addition? Because I got to end today with some subtraction, which is a whole new ball game. Everyone ready for subtraction? Okay, before you subtract, does everyone see that we're subtracting? Okay. I need to take that subtraction sign and apply it to the polynomial to the right. Here's what I mean. You're going to rewrite this for me. 8p minus 5r. Everything that negative sign, that subtraction sign gets applied everywhere inside. So ready? That negative 6p squared is going to change to positive 6p squared. That 6r is going to change to negative 6r. And how about that negative 3? Okay, you have to watch out for that. When subtracting polynomials, you change the sign in the second one. First one does not get affected. Second one, change the signs. Now we can combine. Here we go. Anything with 8p I can combine up here. I don't see anything else with just a p, so I'm going to keep it in my answer, 8p. Negative 5r. Okay, be careful here. If you need to use your calculators, no shame. Negative 5 minus 6. Negative 11r. Anything with the 6p squared. Okay. And then anything with the 3. Anybody find anything? Nope. And again, since it has 2 variables, I don't care what order it's in. Just put it in standard form if it's in one variable, though. How are we doing, all right? Any issues? Okay, let's start hearing from you then. Whoo, 12 again. 12. Greg, ready? Okay, keeping the first polynomial stays the same. I don't touch that one. I only touch the ones with subtraction signs out in front. Here you go. What's that negative 2x becoming, Greg? Plus 2x. Keep it rolling. Yep, plus x squared, and then minus 5. All right. You ready to combine some like terms now? What can I combine, Greg, with the 8x squared? And when I combine them, I get? Yep, good. I'm glad you're not changing that exponent anymore. Perfect. Anything with the negative 4x? Go ahead, negative 4 plus 2. What type? Negative 2x. And then how about that negative 3? Negative 3 minus 5? Negative 3 minus 5. Negative 8. Good? And look at that. It's already in standard form. I don't need to rewrite it. In your groups, 19 and 20. Go ahead. In your groups, 19 and 20. Be careful. Be careful. There's a lot of different variables working here. Be careful. Again, 2 things. Take your time and be neat, especially when you rewrite the polynomial with the new signs. Be neat. You know what's a positive and what's a negative sign. Be neat. All right, all I'm going to look for is the final answer here. Okay? If you want to discuss where it came from, let me know. All right, but all I'm looking for is the final answer here. So 19, after you changed the signs and combined everything you could, what do we end up with? Number 20. Got a winner. Anybody want to see it? Go ahead. Let's talk. I have no problem going over how to see it. Change all your signs inside. 3x squareds cancel each other out. -2 and -5 give you that -7. And then you couldn't do anything with +1. All right, here, need a beast here for number 20. Need a math beast. That was a big one. 3. Name?
Emma.
Hi, Emma. How are you? Good.
5x squared plus 4xy plus 7y squared.
Great job. Anybody want to? That was a tough one because that x's and y's in there. Anything we want to see on that one? We feeling comfortable? Because that's about as tough as we're going to get there with number 20. All right, unfortunately, I know it's not some of our favorites, but yes, we can do word problems with these. All right, some word problems to look at 21. They give us one polynomial, and they give us a second polynomial. One item is the first one. It looks like a second item sold at the same price with that one. Write a polynomial. Oh, here we go. Hey, write a polynomial that expresses the ding, ding, ding total. What are you looking for when you find a total? Add them all up, right? Find the total. Add them all up. So I'm going to take these two and add them up. S cubed minus 70s squared plus 1500s minus 10,800 plus the second polynomial. And again, you guys don't have, if you don't want to write all of it out, that's fine. If you just want to combine the like terms just from the problem itself, fine. Whatever floats your boat. How many s to the thirds do you have? 2, yep. 2s to the third. What about that negative 70s squared? Is there anything in the other polynomial you combine with it? Okay, and that'll give you a minus 100s squared. The 1500s can be combined with the 450s, 1950s. And how about the negative 10,800 and the negative 5,000? And again, that's why you have your calculators. Negative 15,800. Total profit. We all right? Ask away here. Final one for today. 2 bottle rockets are launched. Writing the equation to show how much higher rocket A traveled. How much higher? So am I going to add these two? No. What's it going to look like? It's going to look like rocket A minus rocket B. Minus. What are you going to make sure you do? Switch the signs in which one? B. Yes. Switch the signs in B. Keep the signs in A. Switch them in B. Combine your like terms. Great job today. Great job. Get those problems done tonight. Look on the Aspen answer key. Come in with any questions. I'll be here to 2:30 today, 3 o'clock the rest of the week.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everybody.